I used to live in Kansas City, Missouri. In fact, I'm from Kansas. I didn't come to Dallas until 1984. But before I came to Dallas in 1982, there was a huge snowstorm that happened in Kansas City. Now, you know that in Kansas, in Oklahoma, and all those states, there's lots of snow every year. So anyway, the year before, I realized that there was a lot of snow, 33 inches, I think, the year before. And I realized there were a lot of snow plows out, and a lot of people were making big bucks. And at the time, I was a house painter. And I thought, you know what, I need to make some extra money. And I could be a snow plow, or I could be a snow mover. So anyway, I bought a Jeep and I bought a snow plow, and sure enough, one morning, my telephone rang, and I answered it, and it was Gloria and Jim, and they lived about 6 blocks from me, and they said, Bob, I hear you've got a new snow plow, and would you like to come over and, clean out our driveway? How much would you charge? And I said, oh, I don't know, $150. And they said, fine, do that. So I was so excited because I got to try my new snow plow, and it goes up and it goes down, that kind of thing. So I had to try it out. So I got in my Jeep, and so we went around. By the way, I got a friend to go with me. So we were driving this Jeep, and only 6 blocks away, we got to the house. I looked to the left, and down there I could see that there was 4-car garage, lots of snow, like 2 feet, 2.5 feet, something like that. I drove back there, and just as we got there and I saw this, my friend said, Bob, look over there. There's something moving, and it's orange. And I looked over there, and sure enough, there was something moving, and it was orange. So I got out of the Jeep, and I walked around through the snow, and I went over, and I looked down, and sure enough, it was a blanket, and it was orange, and it was moving. And I pulled the blanket back, and guess what I saw? A baby. And it had a little note around its neck, and it said, I can't find anybody to keep care of my baby. Please find it a good home. Well, of course, I wanted to scream, but then I realized I was going to scare the baby. But I picked up the box, and I went back, and my friend and I went to the door, and he knocked on the door, and Jim and Gloria came to the door, and I said, look what I have found on your back porch. So we went in, of course, and the baby was still warm, but if the baby had been out for 30 to 45 more minutes, the baby would have been frozen. At least that's what we were told by the police who had come to the house. And then they did come and took the baby away and took it first to the hospital to find out it was okay. And then 2 days later, it ended up in the newspaper. 2 men find baby bundled in the snow. Well, I saw that address, and they'd taken it actually to like a foster home for children. And I actually tried to call the foster home like about 5 years ago, and it doesn't exist anymore. So anyway, we saved a life, but I've just been wondering, this baby should be about 33 years old now, 34 years old. I wonder where this baby is. So if you know somebody who wants to know where they came from, and remember being told you were found bundled in the snow, call me up. I want to meet the person whose life I saved.